So let's just say you're an individual who looks at your designs all the time and just says, I wish my backgrounds were just a tiny bit better. But a few years ago though, I showed you guys how to do this effect here and you guys enjoyed it. So I thought, let me show you guys how to do this really cool distressed blast kind of thing and also help you guys out with your backgrounds. So with that being said, let's just get this thing going. Don't forget about the everything pack, guys. The first link in the description where you get all of my 33 plus premium products to help you design like a professional. Plus all of my future design assets emailed directly to you 100% free. Now has an official Photoshop plugin where you guys can now get instant downloads to all the packs and all new releases basically instantly. You should have it by now. Okay, so it's gonna be super easy, all right? Watch this, it's not too hard, okay? So inside of your document, you guys can of course have your background layer. I'm in a 3840 by 2160 dimensions. It doesn't really matter whatsoever. It just matters how you guys set up this document going as followed. Okay, so first things first, make a new layer. Now, whatever your colors end up having, you know, whatever it ends up being right now, okay? As long as you guys click this little button right here, this little black and white icon, this will actually also act as a quick fill for your black and white, which is what you're gonna have to do and have, okay? And then you wanna go to filter, and you wanna go to where it says render, and then clouds. This might be reminiscent. If you guys watched this video last week, then you guys missed out, but also, you know, reminiscence. However, this time, before you actually go ahead and continue though, when you have your rendered clouds, we're gonna quickly convert this to a smart object just in case you guys wanna go back or add more effects, but really all you need is one, which is gonna be under filter, distort, and then I believe pinch. So once you press pinch, put your amount, I think default is 50, all the way up to 100. You'll see it kind of pinch it forward just like so. Press OK. Now, of course, if you didn't do a smart object, you can just press Control Alt and F a bunch of different times until you get it zoomed in. For us, if you guys did make it a smart object, you're gonna have to press Alt and then just drag it above. Oops. Okay, 1 second. Okay, there you go. I dragged it above. Now I can just drag it in between. Watch this. Boom. Holding Alt, dragging it. Holding Alt, dragging it. Okay, so as you can see, there's 4 different pinches. Again, if you didn't have a smart object, you can just press Control Alt F multiple times and get this pinch. So essentially, when you have these 4 pinches, I think 4 to 6, pretty good to go, okay? All you're gonna wanna do now is wanna take this layer right here and make it from blend mode normal to blend mode hard mix. And now what you guys are gonna do, we're gonna call this, again, active layer, okay? Click back on your background, you can make a new layer, and now essentially what's gonna happen, if you just start clicking, you'll see these random little explosions or blasts, I'm gonna call them, okay? And they're really fun, they're really cool, they're really distressed. Now, this part of it is this is it. Okay, for the record, but you can make some really cool effects with it. So first things first, so the first thing I want to end up saying is if you made a quick little adjustment and use a curve, you're gonna go over here, pick this left one, bring it all the way up, click in the middle and then bring it a little bit further down. This will give you a little more control over whether or not it's being inserted or the shadow, right? Being less condensed in the middle, okay? And then on the active layer, do another curve really quick. However, this curve, you wanna make sure you right click and then clip mask it. Take this curve, drag the right one all the way down, click in the middle once, bring it a tiny bit up, click in the middle of this middle on the left, bring it up, and then click in the middle of this one and bring this up. And you can kind of start to see if you play around with some of these, you might find yourself to find like a new different effect. But I'm gonna bring this one up just a little bit more. And as you can see, we get this really cool, distortion with the actual cloud active layer. And essentially this curve is acting as another effect for us. So this allows us to kind of click now back on down here. I'll make a new layer and then it's gonna start clicking again and you'll see a different approach and a different click. Now, also, if you guys are using a hard brush, it's gonna look like this when I click, right? This is not the effect you want. This is not doing anything, okay? You have to make sure you're using a soft brush. So 0 hardness, or maybe like not at least 30% hardness or so, right? This will give you the effect that you're looking for. As well as if you look at your flow as well, mine is at 100. I think that's my default. I think it is default. But if you put this down to like, let's say 25%, same like, 0 hardness brush, and if you click again, you'll get more blast darkness in the middle, right, of your click. So you can see the difference between this. Then there's this difference with 100% flow. And then if I put my hardness up to like, let's say 30 or 40%, you get this effect. So you get 3 different effects per your different brush setup. So this is the 25% flow. So it's always up to you on like how you want to actually paint it. But I'm actually gonna choose to use like a 70% flow for a second. And I'm just gonna click a few times in a few different directions, just like so to emphasize this idea of a blast happening. Right, I'll go really long on this side, why not? And then I'll go like really long over here. I would advise you guys to kind of click more than you want to like click and drag, like painting it. I mean, honestly, that looked pretty good. For a second, I was gonna say don't paint, but painting might still be a vibe. But I'm gonna take my eraser, I can erase a little bit as well, just to kind of get a nice blast. And once you guys have a nice blast, again, the curves are your friends on making new effects. You know, this first one here, you can move this further down to get more density. You can move it further up to get less density, right? Keep it in the middle just like so. Or this first one on the top though, the one that's clip mask of the active layer. If you want to move this around as well, you can also get similar and different looks and feels. And then last but not least, if you wanted to use the actual clarity and dehaze adjustment, this is the newest adjustment in Photoshop, clip mask this also to the active layer and move around your clarity and then your dehaze moving it down. You can also get more thinner, more just controlled or like just thinner shapes, really is what I want to say. And like, again, it's completely up to you on how you guys actually want to go ahead and build it. But this for me is a really cool setup. And this is also a really cool blast. Now, here's a really quick, simple little tip. If you guys want to just kind of push it even further or even make different new effects. And honestly, something I'm going to, you know, kind of enjoy in the next few seconds is I'm going to go ahead and just press Control, Alt, Shift, and E. And then the reason why I just want to quickly show you guys this, I'm going to kind of really quickly delete all these other layers. If you guys wanted to extract this shape and rasterize, you would go to Select, Color Range, click on the black, just like so. Use like a 50 fuzziness, press OK. And you can just cut it out, you know, from this image with like a layer mask, or you can just go over here, hide that layer, put it, click on your adjustments layers, and then choose solid color. And then you can just basically make this blast whatever color that you would like to, you know, use. Press OK, and then like call it a day, right? So that's like just one really quickly. If you want to keep it rasterized, that was how you would do it, how you would change the color and extract it out of your moment. But I'm gonna go ahead and say, I'm gonna take this image. You can either save it, screenshot it. It quite literally probably doesn't matter too much. But you want to drag it over to Illustrator if you guys have Illustrator. Fun tip, you absolutely can drag from Photoshop into Illustrator on that layer. That's why I put it in a layer. So there you guys go, right? And now when you're inside of Illustrator, you quickly can make this a vector image just by going over to where it says Image Trace, which is under Windows, and then Image Trace, where is it at? Right here, right? And then the window just kind of popped up in here for me. And for the preset, you just simply use sketched art. That's one of my favorite ones to use when it comes to black and white images. The threshold itself, you put it up just to make sure you get as much blast as possible. Again, what I currently like to do is just put 254, and that's basically one above the maximum, I think, right? 255 is the max. Yeah, and I just do 254, right? Just so I can make sure I get all the black in the image as much as it possibly could. And there's the blast. Now I just go to Object, Expand, and I'll just press OK. And just like that, you guys already have your nice little vector image all ready to go. And you can drag it back into Photoshop if you guys really want to. Put it in and copy and paste it with a nice little, what is it called? Some more object paste. And now you went from rasterize to vector, and you can make these really cool bigger splashes or blast and kind of do whatever you kind of really want with them. Now, that's just one thing, right? Also just look, I mean, fire. No, okay, hold on, give me a second. All you need is a nice little gradient, very simple, watch this. Like yellowish tone, okay? And then for the black, we'll just give it a simple little like hue of some color. It could be like a bluish hue, and then just use a little bit of grain. Toss on a text in there, and your design's already halfway there. I mean, this is honestly really cool. Also, why not just make this a really quick moment where I show you guys something, okay? Because by the time you guys watch this, it's already out, and that's Halftone Plus. I could turn this thing on right here, right? Okay, and I can make these blasts a whole different beast. I mean, you know, I could go crazy. I'll do the same thing over here. I'm gonna add the same sort of tones over here. Press OK, and now we got a whole different beast. Are we gonna sit here and say I'm lying? Be my guest. But this is again, this is one of those really cool quick backgrounds. I want to show you guys one more thing really quick, okay? I always got to show you as much different variations as possible that you can do with an effect, because it's not always what you guys see, it's what you guys end up doing in your experiment, you know, phase. So last thing, of course, I want to do is I'm gonna say this. I have this shape here, Vectorize. We took it from Illustrator, right? If I go to where it says Effect, or not Effect, Object, Path, and then choose Simplify, okay? Well, you're gonna get this little bar right here. You just want to click on, I believe, the cogwheel, right, to bring up the actual settings. And then in these settings, okay, all you want to do is click on Convert to Straight Lines, bring this second threshold point, you know, a little further down, right? And now you actually have some not only distress layers, but you also have some really cool abstract layers as well. So you guys go over here. I would highly recommend to take your A direction tool, okay? And just start deleting all this really nasty small shapes, because they're not going to do you absolutely any justice. They're just going to look like mistakes in your designs, these little random lines. It's not purposeful. Get rid of it if it's not purposeful, okay? Then let's just pretend I got rid of every single random little line. Now we have this really cool, like, exploded, just abstract, you know, angular shape as well. Go back to our Photoshop real quick. Turn off our other thing, and they'll paste in the angular one as well. Now, of course, these shapes will have a completely different energy, right? So if I kind of just pick an angle or pick a side, something like over here, Candidly, I probably would have filled in some of these little holes, but let's just pretend again that it kind of looks really good. Like really, really good. It looks good, but it could look really, really good when you spend some time on it. Let's say like this effect over here. Now it has a way different type of energy. I would match this with like a gradient like this. You know, someone like a lot of energy. Something like an orange to teal is honestly my favorite color scheme on the planet. Obviously the blue needs to be like a little more up, like here. Might be my favorite color scheme ever. But it just has a whole different type of energy, right? So if I just go over here, you'll find yourself in a spot where you have a completely different look and feel. And I just think, you know, it's so versatile, so fun. And I just wanted to present you guys with as much context and exploratory possibilities as possible. And of course, there's way more than just this. It's just what I explored, okay? So please do not forget to explore yourself. And of course, if you guys do like the Halftone plugin, it should be out right now in the description down below. You don't get it with the everything pack, but you do get a fat discount if you do have it. The discount code is of course in the Discord server. And yeah, that's all I got. Oh, did I mention, by the way, it has like a little community tab. You can also explore, you know, personal, you know, users themselves. They upload and share their own little halftones, and you can just start exploring them if you want. Just saying, it's super cool. But with that being said, is the end of the video here today. And honestly, I just went with it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I have a contagiousness of design, and I think that's English. So yeah, that is all I have. Seso HQ out. Remember to keep smiling, stay positive, and stay freaking productive, guys. Later, much love, peace. Enjoy your day, and enjoy your new fun little explosion, abstract, distressed, or angular patterns, okay? And make some cool backgrounds. Later.